Hey, yo, what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 7:51 p.m. You know what I mean? April 8th, 2025. You know what I'm saying? And right now, it's the second video of the night. You know, I'm putting my phone in my holster. You know what I mean? Hopefully, y'all can hear me. I got a lot to say about this topic because, you know, shout out to Just Alex. You know, I've always been a fan of his channel. Just Alex is basically he's a prominent YouTuber, a prominent wrestling YouTuber, a diehard, wrestling YouTuber. I wasn't really always a big fan of his like that in the beginning, but he started to grow on me. So much so that I respect a lot of his opinions, right? So I was watching his Dynasty review just before I stepped out the crib. And he said something that I think a lot of people are going to wind up following at some point. You know, he said that eventually, he's like, fuck it. Why continue to review AEW if I'm going to get the shit that I got on Sunday and so on and so forth? You know, where I'm I'm paying money for, to a company that likes to insult my intelligence, right? And that says a lot. That says a whole lot because how many is going to follow? How many is going to follow? I sense that a lot is going to follow because like Tony Khan is basically he's driving a lot of the diehards away. Like he's driving the day ones and the hardcore AEW fans, and he's driving the OG talent away too. You know what I mean? It's like he wants this company to fucking die. You know what I mean? Especially with this whole Death Riders bullshit. You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna sit there and tell me that that this storyline is great, this storyline kicks ass and such, you gotta be out of your fucking mind. But I wanted to keep it going. I want this to keep on going. You know why? Because I want AEW to suffer. You know what I mean? Because the more that they suffer, the more that a lot of people are going to wind up leaving. You know what I mean? And again, just like what I said in my earlier video today, right? How, with creative control and shit, right? I thought about something, right? Like how do we know if there's not talent that is shouting at Tony every fucking day? Like, I want to do this, or this is not good. And Tony's chanting, fuck you, it's my way or the highway. Just like Vince. You know what I mean? Just like Vince, right? But, like I said, a lot. It's going to take a lot, for this company to get back to how it was. And it will never happen. You know what I mean? It will never happen. Basically, Tony just books for himself. You know what I mean? He's the one-man audience. He doesn't give a fuck about you. He doesn't give a fuck about the fans. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? AEW is no longer the company for the fans. No longer. And he also did say that he's going to start, he might just have to start reviewing NXT. And I heard about the stand and deliver start time. I'm like, 9 in the morning? I'm not waking up at no fucking 9 in the morning, to watch a fucking pay-per-view. Like, you kidding me? Hell fucking no. Now, I mean, I heard that they got to get up at 2 in the morning. Now, I don't know if it's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. Here in the East Coast. I don't know. But that I'm not watching a fucking pay-per-view at 9 in the morning. That's, just like how I would never watch a fucking New Japan Pro Wrestling pay-per-view live. I would never watch, an NXT pay-per-view at 9 in the morning. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. Anyway, we're back to the topic. Yeah, like, he's driving a lot of diehards away. He's driving a lot of day ones away. He's driving talent away too. He's driving a lot of OG talent as well away. Because contracts are going to come up. And you could, like I said, you could tell in people's face and their body language that they don't want to fucking be here. They don't, B. They really fucking don't. I mean, they really don't. Like, I also thought about this too. AEW is not just another company. You know what I mean? It's just another company for people to work in. You know, it's not even a fucking major league. It's not. You know, NXT has been busting their ass. You know, the last couple of months, they've been destroying them in the fucking ratings. So much so that, you know, the AEW ratings are just going down and down and down. And do I think WBD, Warner Bros. Discovery, has buyer's remorse? Yes, they do. Yes, the fuck they do. And you know what? Speaking about that too, I'm hearing a lot of mixed bullshit. I'm hearing that they're fine and such with the, with the ratings and yada yada yada. No, the fuck they're not. You know, WBD has been suffering without the NBA. You know, and that's basically that's the company. You know, that's the thing that they needed to survive. And without that, of course, you're gonna have Meltzer say bullshit and yada 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 yada, right? But imagine if UFC, because the UFC has a TV deal coming up, right? They have, they have a, they're up for negotiations. If they go to Warner Bros. Discovery, whoo-hoo, Jesus Christ, man. You know, like I can imagine, the sickles blow up. But like I said, going back to the thing, like you're just pushing, you're pushing your diehards away. You know, how long will it take, before someone like Solar Monster say fuck AEW and starts reviewing something else, huh? And spends his Wednesday nights, in a valuable scale, huh? What about JD from New York? Huh? What about Chi-Town Smark? You know, it seems like it's itching close to it. It seems like it's itching close to it. And you know what? I do think it's going to happen at some point. Because, the more that Tony Khan wants to, insult the fans' intelligence, the more they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And you know what? I was talking to somebody on Twitter about, how someone asked me about, Tony Khan pivoting, right? He don't know how to pivot. You know what I mean? He never, he never even heard the term pivot. This company is not for the fans. It's not for the fucking fans. It's not. It's like I said, this is a Vince McMahon type of thing. You know what I mean? He's only booking the show for one person voting. And that's Tony fucking Khan. That's it. That's all he's booking the shows for. That's it. It's going down more and more and more. 2025 is worse than 2024 for AEW. And it's going to keep on going more and more and more and more. Well, what the fuck is they trying? What the fuck are they trying to do? With this Death Rider shit. What the fuck they trying to do, B? Huh? Remember, it was supposed to have been Shane McMahon, right? Someone had this joke. And I was dying this morning because, I was at work, so I was on a little break and shit. You know what I mean? And I was looking at the rest of JD from New York's Monday Night Raw stream, right? And someone, it was still thinking about it. I just get a fucking chuckle out of it. Someone said that, what if it's Dave Meltzer who's pulling the fucking strings with the Death Riders angle? I'm like, I'm done. If that's the case, I'm finished. I'm finished with wrestling. I'm done. But yeah, I mean, look, you're still driving your audience out. You're driving them away. You're driving them to the competition. Where the competition is offering a way better product on both ends. SmackDown might be a little spotty and such, but look at NXT. You know what I mean? Look at NXT. Look at the TNA relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing shit that AEW can't do. And I'm telling you, man, I'm fucking telling you right now, this company is in trouble. AEW is in trouble. And I know the sickos don't like it. They don't like to hear that, but I don't give a single flying fuck about it. But anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I'm saying? This video is going up at about 11:30. You know what I mean? So I'm going to definitely holler at y'all. Mañana, I hope there's news, yo. I hope there's news. I hope when I wake up in the morning, there's some news. There's some positive news, all right? Peace.